Growth is one of the distinguishing qualities of the human race. There's always that inward craving to become a better person as time goes by. Here is a show on peer mentorship that focuses on personal growth, whose positive effects will be manifested in the societies and communities where these people and individuals stay. Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome to yet another episode. Now, goals are important in life, and for you to achieve these goals, you need focus. But how do you get this focus? How do you get to your goal and achieve them? In this conversation, this will be our quest to try and understand how you can get that focus and how you can stay oriented towards your goals. With me here is, mtamjua mwenyewe. I'll allow him to introduce himself. Hi.
Hello, Sam.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you here, and thank you for sparing your time to be here with me.
The pleasure is all mine.
You mind introducing yourself?
Oh, that's okay. My name is Cosmas Mutuku. I'm a religious of the Congregation of Holy Cross. And it's a pleasure, it's a great honor to be here with you, to be able to talk about focus. We all need it in life at one point or another, or at all times.
So first things first, what would focus be?
Well, I would define focus as paying a close attention to a particular thing, to be able to have a goal or an orientation, or to have a sense of focus whereby you're working towards. So I'll call that focus, and keeping your mind and every effort that you're doing has to be geared and directed towards that particular attention or that particular goal that you're looking forward to achieve. Well, I believe everything in life requires one to have a particular sense of focus, because life is a journey. It's like a game where all of us are playing, and unless you have what you want to achieve, then that life is not worth living. So every person needs to have a focus to be able to achieve something. For I believe we live to be able to achieve. If not to achieve, then we are not living, we are simply existing.
Wow. So now, if everybody needs focus, what will a focused person look like? What defines somebody who is focused towards achieving goals? Because, come on, everybody is existing, but a few are living according to what your convictions are. So what distinguishes a focused person?
To see a focused person from what they are able to do, or how they are able to order their life. Actually, that would be the best way to put it. That life that has a focus, has a sense of direction, is ordered in a particular manner. These people are highly effective. They'll be able to put out the best of themselves. And at the same time, not only just being highly effective, but these are people who know what they want to do, and they have to do it regardless the cost. They do not live in a space of convenience, because that's the most comfortable space for all of us.
Yeah, sure.
We would like to do what seems easy, what appears to us as convenient, but focus calls us out of that. So they are able to shake themselves off that comfort zone and to be able to fly higher beyond that. They do not do what makes them happy, but rather they do what they must do to be what they want to be. Because the focus is, I want to be a certain thing. I want to be someone. I want to achieve something. So for them to be able to get into that goal, then they must do what they have to do. So they do not postpone actions or decisions. They do not procrastinate a lot of things for the future. They do it when they have to do it, because they know the decisions that I make today, or the quality of the life that I live today, determines a lot and influences a lot about the quality of life that I'll be living tomorrow, and the kind of person that I'll become tomorrow. And all of us wants to be better. One day, one day, we all want to have a story of success. Yeah.
So let me get this right. Focused people are those who do what must be done in order for them to achieve something.
Definitely.
They don't do whatever makes them happy.
Definitely.
So how do you reconcile the fact that a lot of successful people, I think, in my own analysis and judgment, are people who are passionate about the things they're doing? Let's talk of entrepreneurs, for instance. These are people who have found a sense of purpose in whatever space they've found themselves, and it's because of that. I don't know if you'll I don't know if it's right to equate happiness to fulfillment. If yes, then how do you reconcile the fact that they're not doing what is making them happy, but what ought to be done?
Well, there is a thin line between those two realities, whereby it's not simply about doing what makes them happy, but put differently, they do not do simply what makes them feel comfortable, but rather they do what they need to do so that they look for something greater, because it's a journey. We are all walking towards something, and for sure there is a sense of gratitude in doing something that is fulfilling, and we all want to have that at hand. But then we have to distinguish the short-term goals and the long-term goals. If my short-term goals are so exciting, but they do not help me achieve my long-term goals, then they are not worth the venture. At some point, I have to sit down and evaluate the priorities that I have in my life and say, I want to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur, it is not so comfortable to wake up at 4 a.m. But then that is the time that you will hear many great successful people say that ideas are born. So you will have to push yourself off the comfort zone of your bed and wake up at 4 a.m. Sit down and put things together and be able to order your life into a particular sense of direction. If you want to enjoy the comfort of your bed today, then be sure you will not enjoy the fruits of success in the days to come. And I would straight say that many successful people have something that mentors them, or they have something that they look up to. Like, take for example the qualities of an eagle. They have a focus, they have something greater that they can go for. That's how I would say it.
Let's get to these qualities of an eagle you're talking about, in line with people who are focused and oriented towards their goals.
Well, first I have to say I love eagles so much, despite the fact that they eat our chicks and all that. But I love them because they inspire me a lot. They give me an inspiration that is so far beyond what is simply visible, and what I say to myself that this one of the animals, it's a bird that for me pushes me off my comfort zones. Because as you ask the qualities of an eagle, the first and most important quality of an eagle is focus and vision. It has so clear vision that an eagle from 10,000 miles away will be able to see what they want. That is the focus. They look into it and straight keep that particular focus. It's the vision. They'll have it looked into, they will perceive it. But then after that, they keep the focus. When an eagle flies from wherever it is to come down and attack its prey, it is not distracted by any other thing that passes by. It doesn't say, now this chick I was seeing is smaller, let me go for a bigger one. It keeps the focus regardless what. And that's why even if the chick will run and hide, the eagle will totally and definitely go for that particular chick, because of that power and the sense of focus on that particular vision that they are going for. This is a great quality of life for all of us, because a lot of times many of us start something, but along the way there are a lot of distractions that come along, and we feel like, no, I think I need to go for this because it offers a better deal. And without much evaluation, without a greater conviction that this is truly what I want to go for, I just simply switch. And what does that do? A lot of times it will give a sense of dissatisfaction. At times it will be even very discouraging. At times, if you meet with challenges, you will not be able to overcome them with a sense of, this is what I want to die for. But if you keep the focus, regardless the results, even if it is a small achievement, even if there are mountains of hindrances, you will be like, I have to die for this. I must go for this. Another quality that I'll say about eagles, they are very tenacious. Eagles are daring. When a storm starts to gather, every other small bird will run away to hide. But believe you me that an eagle observes the storm gathering together and flies straight into the storm, and uses that very storm as a tool to lift it up. It spreads its wings and takes that advantageously to rest from the energy that it spends flapping its wings. So it rests and it uses that to fly even to greater heights. So for me, that's a great quality, that we shouldn't shy away from challenges. Instead, if that challenge must be overcome for me to achieve what I want to achieve, then I have to give it the best I can.
Okay, let's go to the third quality.
Yeah, the third quality I'll say is fearless.
Egos
The
are fearless.
egos are so fearless because they don't surrender to the power of their prey. They'll fight and fight, and they'll do that with a lot of energy. So that for me, it's a very great quality. That I will not surrender to the greatness or the worry that is so great that overcomes my vision or my goal. I look into life with optimism. I look into it and I'll not hold unto fear so much that no, I think this will overpower me. I think this is too great for me to achieve. People have done it before. People will do it afterwards. So what is that I'm going to do that people will remember me for? So I'll say that that fearless spirit and being able to go for what I desire, not simply desire, but what I know is meant for me, then I'll go for it, regardless the cost. The fourth I'll say is that eagles fly high. They don't mix and fly along with ravens and sparrows and these other birds. Eagles will go to so great heights that no any other bird will be able to reach there. Now, this is so unique about them, because it is said that if you see another bird into that height, that must only be an eagle. Of course, that counts a lot. What does that imply for us as humans when we are talking about focus? It features into the quality and into the character that I can be able to fly so high. I'll be able to look into what I want and be able to go into that higher level. The challenge that comes with this, we want to engage with people who are narrow-minded in order to feel a belonging. Working for success, I do not need to feel a belonging now. I need to feel challenged. I need to identify with those people who will challenge me off my comforts. Those who will be able to lift me higher into that particular space, whereby I want to be this, I must be this. Not, I have to be very open-minded, and in a way, I have to tell myself, I have to be very positive and tell myself there is no height that I cannot go as long as I keep my mind down to the ground and keep the focus and get down to work and get unto it. Another quality that I'll say is eagles possess vitality. They possess life. Eagles, you see them flying and coming down, you see these are birds which are full of life. But not only that, they know how to focus on themselves, to look into their life and be able to tell themselves, I need more energy. And what an eagle does, it renews its strength. After a lifespan of about 30 years, the eagle runs weary, it gets weak, it can no longer hunt. So what happens, it needs to sharpen its own energies. So it flies into the mountain, high into the peak, and enters into a cave. Whatever happens there, it's a painful process that goes for about 5 months.
Oh.
It plucks off all its feathers. It scratches its beak on the rocks and its claws onto the rocks. And at that process is painful and it leads to a lot of bleeding. But at the end, the eagle's strength is renewed. When the eagle gets back all these what it has been able to remove, it comes back more strong, able to hunt, and can live for more 30 to 40 years.
Wow.
That's amazing. Wow. And that's our life. As humans, we have to look into ourselves and say, for sure I am tired. For sure I need some time alone. For sure I need to get something that rejuvenates my own life. I need to get into that space that I can be able to say, no, Cosmas, I think you need something else. You cannot do it. You cannot go another day like this. So For those who believe in meditations, they go for them. Others will go for retreats, others will go for recollections. But the point is, we all need this space to be able to come back to ourselves and tell ourselves, I am tired and I need more strength to be able to go another day.
Just a quick one. Little did I know eagles have retreats. In your opinion, how often do you think these breaks of rejuvenation should be in somebody's life?
For the time span, there wouldn't be any time span. I'll say as soon as you need it.
As soon as you need it.
Definitely.
Oh, but do you really need to get to that point where you get weary? Like let's talk of cars. There are these periodical services that you do to a car, or even just fueling. There are those who wait until the fuel gauge is on E for not empty but enough, as they say. And there are those who once it's halfway, they just feel they need to refill. Do we as humans need to get to that point of getting unproductive in life to seek some time out, or we can just do it as often as?
Well, I'll say you don't need to get to that point whereby you're breaking down, but you will feel when you need it. At times you will feel it. You will need it more often. Other times you may be engaged in a work or ministry that is so demanding that you feel, for me to be more productive, I need to give myself at least a day every week. Another person will be like, the nature of what I'm doing, I can be able to take a day off in a month or 2 days off in a month. So it all differs from person to another, and you don't have to wait until you're broken.
All right, let's get back to the qualities. Or they're done. The qualities of the eagle.
The qualities of the ego, they are not done. The last quality that I would like to talk about would be the eagles nurture their young ones.
Right.
Now this is very special about eagles. Eagles, once they hatch their young ones and they grow, and the mother eagle feels that it's time for the young ones to learn how to fly, they make the nest so uncomfortable for the young ones. And after the mother sees this one can fly, they put them at their back and fly to greater heights. And what happens? Swaps off and lets the young one fall. That way, he or she has to learn to flap its own wings. But the mother eagle will not abandon that young one to go and hit wherever they will eat. No, they will run down swiftly and wait upon them and fetch them up before they land on the ground and take them up again. Until they feel they're tired, take them to the nest and deal with another one. So I say this is a great quality of all of us in our different capacities, especially those who are leaders in different areas. Because at times we feel like success is success when I can be able to brag of how much I have. But I feel the opposite would be true. How much we have would measure success in a better ground. And that is why I'll tell you that a friend is that one who will look into your eyes and tell you, Sam, what you've done is stupid. Because they don't want you to be very comfortable in that nest. They want you to feel the thorns and to fly higher than where you are standing.
So let's go to the practicality of all these qualities you've mentioned of eagles and of getting into one direction and avoiding all distractions. Is it possible enough in this world, in this age, whereby everything is randomized? Is it practically possible to get focused?
It is definitely practical in every dimension and every sense of that word. So I say that it is very possible to keep the focus even in this world today. It only needs you to question yourself whether you are truly comfortable where you are and that is where you want to be for the rest of your life, or you want something greater and better. And if you do, then you must do what you're not doing so that you may achieve that what you've not achieved. If you want to keep doing the same thing, then you cannot have a different result. So I'll say yes, it is very possible, but then it comes with sacrifice.
Let's talk of multitasking. Focus entails having one goal and rushing towards it and not having many things done. Of course, there is this controversial saying that a jack of all trades is a master of none, but actually better than a master of one. What's your opinion on the same?
Multitasking is good. And we as humans, we have the capacity and the capability for it. But I'll tell you, focus, even if you're looking towards one goal, you don't simply work from the blues to achieve the goal. You have priority number 1, number 2 and number 3 and number 4. For me, what multitasking would be, the priority number 2 must serve to actualize and to bring into realization the priority number 1.
Wow.
If the number 2 doesn't actualize number 1, then it's not worth it.
Wow.
If number 3 doesn't help me actualize number 2 in order to actualize number 1, then it's not worth my time. So the multitasking, I'll say, they work towards a particular unity and focus. The end must be that particular focus. It is not to get lost in nothing or in everything. You do everything and at the end you do nothing.
Oh,
But rather you do a lot of things, but all of them have to focus into that particular unity. So I'll say the priorities number 1 must be served by all the other priorities, whatever multitasking you want to do, as long as it serves that one goal. I'll have no problem with it.
Never looked at it that way. Thank you for enlightening.
You're welcome.
So, any final word for our viewers? I'm sure there is a lot more you have in store for us.
Oh,
but
yeah.
for this episode, of course, there'll be a sequel for this. I'm sure I'll call you later on.
Thank you for that. I'll say for this episode,
Camera is yours.
the parting shot, I'll say, well, I love a story of an old man who stood in front of his students and asked them, I have a butterfly in my hand. Is this butterfly alive or dead? The students began arguing. It's alive, others saying it's dead, others whatever answers. And at the end he said, well, the life of this butterfly depends on me. If I decide, you tell me it's alive, I'll squeeze it and open my palm and it will be dead. If you tell me it's dead, I'll decide to release it and it will fly away alive. So its life depends on me and I have the choice, the decision on whether it's alive or dead. I'll say that applies to our lives. My future, unfolding that destiny, lies entirely on my palm. And I'll say this is due to the choices that we make. Life is full of choices, but some choices are full of life. You make good choices today, you live a good life and fulfilled life today and tomorrow, in the present and in the future. You make the wrong choices, you destroy your life, you mess up your life, and you live for the rest of your life regretting and pointing fingers at that person, if not for so and so, if not for my parents, if not for these and these. But life depends entirely on you and your convictions and your God. So work towards that, give it the best you can, and trust you me, you will go far.
We still need more. We still need more. But thank you for your time. I really appreciate. Thank you for, I know you're a busy man with a busy schedule. Thank you for sparing some of that time for us. It's an honor to have you here. And I'm hoping that they'll grow and learn, because that's the entire, reason for all these.
Definitely.
So thank you so much. I really wish you all the best in your endeavors. I hope to see you again.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it. We
Asante.
continually share our lives, and for that we are called, and for that we live.
Tell us what you've learned from him in the comment section. Remember to subscribe, like, and share this video for others to grow and learn. My name is Sam Nabule, and this has been the IHNDY series. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening to us. Barikiwa sana. Cosmas, asante sana.
Pleasure is mine. Nashukuru pia. Thanks for the invitation.
Asante.